824 live shot, Century Plaza Hotel and Spa. Shawn Marion wanted sunshine. There you go, 24 degrees. We'll see what happens. We're talking b-ball this weekend. Great to have the four-time NBA All-Star, also an NBA champion, and one-time Toronto Raptor for 27 games. Raptors playing this weekend. And we were chatting about this in the green room. The culture that you saw of Toronto versus the culture you see of Toronto in basketball in Canada. How has it changed? What stands out to you?
Oh, night and day. You know, I think they were still trying to decide on what direction they really wanted to go. Chris Bosh was here, you know, so he was a star of the team, but I think it wasn't typically winning just yet. You know, so it was still kind of a losing era. But now, man, it's like they're winning and doing it really well right now, and I'm loving to see it. And the fans are behind them 110%.
It's exciting to see, and you've played with some greats, and we'll talk about Steve Nash in a second, but when you look at the talent on the Raptors this year with Kawhi Leonard, Kyle Lowry, a huge list, Serge Ibaka, what do you see about what it takes for players to play together and not just be separate entities on the court?
Well, you know, I mean, basketball's a team game first. You know, I think that's where it starts, but you do have leaders on your team that do certain things that help elevate your team to make everybody good. So with that being said, I think with Kawhi coming here, I think he adds something that you haven't had. You know, I know DeMar DeRozan did a great job here. You know, I love DeMar. I think he's a great player and stuff. But I think Kawhi can give you a little bit more. You know, a little diversity in a little different, a different way. And I think it's going to make y'all even better.
Well, it's going to elevate the game in terms of the attention we talked about. Not just being a Toronto team, but a Canadian team, but a Canadian icon in his own right. Steve Nash, mullet's gone now, but you played with him for years. What was it about Steve? I mean, enshrined into the Basketball Hall of Fame earlier this month. He's got a court at the PNE opening tomorrow. What was it about him and your chemistry together that really worked back in the day?
I mean, I think we had an agreement. It was simple. You do all the. I mean, you do all the handling, and I'm gonna be in the right spot. You just gotta deliver it. You know what I'm saying? We just have that chemistry where it just clicked. You know, especially when you got a guy who's unselfish as he is. You know, I think he try to make the game as easy as possible for everybody else, and he did that. And that's what made us flow. You know, so he basically what we call it the head of the snake. He was the head of the snake, and we was the body of it. And everybody else flowed behind it, and did a very good job at it. You know, we tried to, and we all complimented each other. You know, the thing is, I can say that the kind of team we had, it was like we play so well as a team, and we moved the ball, and we feeded each other so well that we didn't really need one person to go out and do one thing. Yeah. You know, everybody played their part, and some of us had more than one part to do. You know, it just worked. Well,
there were great moments on the court, and as we look at some of the highlights of you in your NBA career, spanning 16 seasons, how was the game? As an audience member now, how has it truly changed when you look at the flow, pace of professional basketball today?
Well, I said this last night at Crossover. You know, I think I think we started something that evolved into what the game is now. You know, we started the small ball and did it very well and successful early on. When the league was more dominant, the big man spot. Now we got more guard heavy league now, and you've seen a lot of teams basically go out there and just play small ball because all the bigs now are shooting threes. So now you open the game of different variations and a lot more scoring, and it just makes it more exciting.
Well, what's also exciting, you were there last night, you mentioned Crossover.
Yes.
If you don't have tickets to tomorrow's game, you can check this out on West Pender. It's the permanent. Here's the display, jerseys, and I was geeking out when I saw this, the Grizzlies jerseys, game worn. You played against some of these guys back in the day.
Yes, I did. I was pretty ecstatic when I seen these. I thought they were special. You know, them a staple of the team that was here, basically. When my first 2 years in the league, that's who I played against. It was pretty sweet.
You're like all over the photo wall too. Did you have input in this? Because I'm like, there's Shawn, there's Shawn, there's Shawn.
No, but I was recipient of a lot of those assists.
Yeah. Well, a lot of great moments. NBA.com/crossover. You can check it out for yourself. Listen, Shawn, thanks for making time and coming through.
Thank you.
Appreciate having you on.